it's great to talk to the both of you because I was watching the film last night and having such good fun. And then I thought, if I'm having so much fun, it must have been like heightened for you guys, right? How was the atmosphere on set? It must have been so joyful.
It was quite literally a circus. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. Every day I would wake up and I just enjoyed being at work. Not just because I got to be around, get to be on a set that I love and love doing what I do, but because everybody enjoyed being there. I think everybody was happy to show up to work, and that makes you happy to show up to work.
Yeah, definitely. There's something about doing a musical where you have the time to prep, to do dance rehearsal, to sort of become a family before you set off and make the film. And I think that connectivity made it feel more like we were doing Broadway.
Right.
Or something like that. By the time we were in a musical number and actually filming, we kind of all knew each other and felt like a family at that point. So we were able to kind of bring out a special spark and energy that's really fun.
Yeah, the energy is right, I think, in the film. I think that's what works the best. I'm sure there's been also the big challenges. Obviously, both of you can sing and dance. Everybody knows that. But what about you and trapeze? What did you get to do and what did you not get the chance?
Well, I got a nice phone call from our director, Michael, before we started, and he said, "Hey, we're gonna work this like a real Broadway show, and by the way, I want to use the stunt double as little as possible, so you might want to start working out now because when you get here, you're gonna start trapeze rehearsals."
And it was legit because I walked into the trapeze place like this. I guess there's a spot where they.
Yeah.
I know it's a spot because I was there. Where there's, people practice for the circus and they learn how to do the trapeze. And I came in for my first day of rehearsal and walked in and there was like what looked like a professional doing like flips and catches on a trapeze.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, I'm like, look, and like caught Zendaya's eye, and I was like, what the heck? And it was you. You were already doing it. I was like, it's my first day. What have I been doing? I hadn't done anything. She's already flying and doing flips in the air.
Thank you.
It was pretty awesome to see.
No, it was fun. It was quite the experience. It's something I never thought I would do, but I'm very proud of myself for stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing something that was new for me.
Yeah.
And again, I'm proud of myself for it. So
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It was friggin' rad.
Thank you.
It looked great. And that scene, without giving too much away, where you get a little bit of a chance of the trapeze action. So how much did you rehearse for that one? And, I host the Got Talent series for my region, and I know how difficult it is for those talented artists to do it. So you can't just, in 1 second become so risky.
We just literally just kind of went for it.
Yeah.
Like I grabbed a rope. We had professional
literally this was
supervision. Yeah. We practiced this very picture on the very first day that we kind of like got together for rehearsal, and their direction was like, all right, hang on, we're gonna lift you up in the air. You've got to run away from each other. Hang on tight. We had no harnesses or anything, and all of a sudden, we were running away. We're like, 10 feet in the air and spinning and coming together, and we had to grab each other. I think we got like first or second try.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were like,
we can do this.
Yeah, we got this. We're like, we good.
Well, you did. I had a great time, and it felt completely effortless, which I'm sure you spent a lot of time rehearsing and everything. But it looks great. It looks as if you'd been doing it all your lives.
Didn't we do this, like, it was at the end of the day we did this shot. Sorry, I keep putting that one, but this one. And then we were like, it was just not happening, and then we had to try it again the next day because we just kept, it's hard.
It's really hard because you have to run away from each other, and then they kind of pick you up in the air, and you're really high, and all your weight's on one arm, and you have to swing together with all this momentum, literally
very quickly,
really fast, and you're coming. It's like, and pretty much all we had to do was just grab each other, and this tight, sort of beautiful spin happens, and it was like we had to get lucky to get it right. Sometimes we hit each other. Crazy. I don't know how you were a trooper because sometimes I would just run straight into her.
Thanks for not dropping me or anything. Like
that's one thing I did not want to do.
Well, it's good that you guys got along because that was an easy drop to make. So many messages too. I mean, there's obviously the fun and the great talented element, but there's so many messages also to the story about the sense of belonging, the sense of family, the sense of finding yourself. What resonated the most for you guys?
I mean, of course, the whole message, but I'd say specifically dealing with our storyline is, I think what he actually said earlier, when what he said earlier was, like, love conquers all, and I think that means so much, and especially in this film, is that is the truth here. This is a forbidden love. This is something that's not supposed to happen, especially not at that time, and it breaks your heart because the whole time you want them to be together, you want them to work, but you know that it can't. And I think both of our characters, especially within our song, you can hear the dynamic, right? My character dealing with what she's dealing with, saying, no, this can't happen, and him saying, yes, it can, and it's this constant back and forth, and for a second they get lost in it, In the air, they're lost in this idea that it could happen, and quite literally at the end come back down to the ground. So I think for me, that was the thing.
And that's you just said it better than I ever said it. Let's go with
I
your
was like,
answer.
I'm giving you credit because that was definitely what you said, but
you could elaborate more also on recording that song as well.
On recording the song?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that falling in love in a musical is kind of the best feeling in the world. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like the pinnacle of what I want to be doing.
Because
like, at all times.
Because
it's
that's
kind
what
of
falling in love feels like, is like a musical a little bit, like, what I mean?
Yeah, it's neat, and when you fall into it, you get to kind of recreate that moment, and there's something about doing it through a song. You sort of feel like you're in a music video, but we were, you really do sing it live. We were singing it live, to sort of a playback, but we would really sing it, and so the emotionality and the intention was all very, very strong, and I don't know. It's a beautiful love story of these, two people that by all sort of rules in society should not be allowed to be together, and every time my character can't understand why they can't just change that rule. What if we could? What if we rewrite the stars? What if we change our future, change everyone, change everything, and there was a world where we could be together? And I think that's a message that really resonates with today. And I mean, if everyone really loved each other a lot more, we'd be a lot better off. So hopefully, this movie inspires people to fall in love and swing from ropes.
Exactly. And, love everyone around them just the way they are as well.
Yes, for who they are. And,
exactly.
Yeah, despite what anyone else thinks.
That's very true.
Just do you.
Is it the right impression that this is like the best of all worlds, especially for you guys? You became famous for those types of talents, but for younger audiences now it's for, larger platform. And then there's the singing, the dancing, the acrobatics, the messages. It's top, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We're triple threats.
Add trapeze now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
add aerial work to our list,
Right, quadruple threats. We got to do a little bit of everything, and that's what was so fun. There were a lot of things about this experience, jumping back into a musical. I didn't know if I could remember how to sing or hit the high notes. I know she could because she's epic and sings beautifully. But I had some catching up to do.
You both sing beautifully.
But part of that made me nervous. But I think everything that makes you nervous in life, is it's going to be a challenge. And usually challenges are what I seek out in my work and in life, and that's where you learn the most, I think. So this was like a combination of something extraordinarily hard, but also really fun. Yeah, and beautiful. So,
can we talk about the mighty Hugh? I call him the nicest showman, personally.
Yeah.
Hugh is, he's the coolest, man. I mean, there's really no other way to say. He's just the coolest, the nicest, and I think that he really set the tone, I think, for the set and the atmosphere, not just when we are performing and doing our job, but offset. I think when you see the star working their butt off, never complaining, nice to everyone, I mean, that just kind of sets the tone for how everyone else should behave and be on set, which is refreshing and nice, and again, made it such a comfortable, warm environment to go to work to. So, again, if I ever have the same success that Hugh Jackman has, I would sure hope that I would be the way he is.
Yeah, as WWHJD. Yeah. What would Hugh Jackman do is my new motto in life.
Because
he is the greatest showman in many ways. He's like, but he's real. Like, I can't believe he's
There's
a
nothing
real
fake
person.
about it.
No,
he's just a nice person.
He's just a good, solid dude. I'll say it into the camera. Hugh Jackman's the coolest dude. I hope you see this, Hugh.
Ditto.
He's everything he appears to be and more. And it was really fun. He sort of cast this dome of Hugh Jackman energy around the set. And when you're inside of it, you feel safe and inspired and free, to explore and try new things. He doesn't really let you be afraid. You can't be afraid around the Wolverine.
No, quite literally, like right before I was about to go up to shoot my trapeze scene on a rig that was 15 feet taller than the one I was used to, had no net, like it was just complete, like it was crazy. And right before I went up on the cherry picker, he goes, "You're a badass," and I was like, "Yo, Hugh Jackman just called me a badass. Take me up, let's go."
Because that means you're officially a badass.
It never meant anything before, but now it means something.
I didn't know that story. That's awesome. Yeah.